What if everything you believe about failure is wrong? What if the setbacks that weigh you down are actually the very things that hold the key to your greatest comeback? Right now, you might be feeling stuck, trapped in a moment where life seems to have thrown you off course. The pain is real. The disappointment feels unbearable. You may even be wondering if you'll ever get back to where you once dreamed you'd be. But here's the truth that few dare to say out loud: setbacks are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of a new chapter, one where your courage, your strength, and your determination will shine brighter than ever before. When life knocks you down, it's not because you are weak or less than. It's because you're being tested, stretched, and prepared for something greater than you imagine. The hardest moments are where real growth lives. When you allow yourself to see setbacks not as failures, but as invitations to rise again, you unlock a powerful force inside you, a force that can transform pain into purpose and loss into lasting strength. This isn't just about surviving. It's about rising so strongly, so brilliantly that you don't just return to where you were. You become someone new, someone unstoppable. Imagine how it would feel to wake up every day with that kind of power, that kind of hope fueling your every move, the kind of hope that whispers, no matter what, I can rise, I can shine, I can come back stronger. If you stay with this message, if you open yourself to the possibility that your setback is a setup for a comeback, you will discover tools that can change the way you think, feel, and act. You'll learn how to tap into inner reserves of strength you didn't know existed. You'll start to see your struggles through a different lens, one that reveals opportunity instead of defeat. And by the end of this journey, you will not just believe in your comeback, you will be ready to create it. So hold on to this moment. Let the weight of your current struggles settle, but don't let it define you. What you are going through right now is preparing you for a future filled with resilience and victory. The process isn't easy. Nothing worth rising forever is, but it is real, it is possible, and it is waiting for you. You are not alone in this fight. Every person who has ever achieved something great has faced setbacks too. The difference is they chose to see those setbacks as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. This is your chance to do the same, to rewrite your story from the ground up, to let your comeback be louder than your setback, and to finally rise and shine in a way that lights up your life and everyone around you. Keep listening, because the path from here is one of hope, courage, and unstoppable action. And it starts now. You might wonder if it's really possible to come back from where you are now. Maybe doubt creeps in, whispering that you're too broken, too far behind, or simply not enough. Those doubts are normal, but they don't have to control you. The power to change your story lies within your brain. Your mind is not a fixed thing. It's alive, flexible, and capable of remarkable transformation. Every thought you choose, every belief you hold rewires your brain, shaping how you see yourself and what you believe you can achieve. This means that no matter how deep your setback feels, your brain is ready to grow new paths, create new habits, and build new strength. You are not locked into your current situation. This is the science behind hope, the knowledge that your mind can change and that change can fuel your comeback. Your setbacks may have created new patterns of fear or self-doubt, but those same patterns can be rewritten. You have the power to shift from a mindset of limitation to one of possibility. This isn't just empty optimism. It's a truth grounded in how your brain learns and adapts. You've survived hardships before. Every breath you take after a painful moment is proof of your resilience. That resilience is like a muscle, one that grows stronger the more you use it. Your brain is designed to help you survive, but it also wants you to thrive. The way you start thinking about your setbacks shapes not only your emotions, but your ability to act, to take risks, and to move forward. When you truly believe that comebacks are possible, your brain begins to seek out opportunities and solutions instead of focusing on obstacles and fears. This mindset shift releases energy and motivation. It opens doors inside your mind that you didn't even realize were closed. The more you practice this way of thinking, the more your confidence grows. And with confidence comes courage. The courage to try again, to push through pain, and to keep climbing no matter how hard the path seems. Remember, the path of comeback isn't smooth. It's full of challenges, setbacks, and moments where you feel like giving up. But knowing that your brain can change, knowing that you can grow stronger through this process, gives you a secret advantage. It's like having an inner coach that reminds you that failure isn't final, that every setback is temporary, and that every effort you make builds a foundation for something better. This knowledge alone can shift the way you experience pain and struggle. Instead of feeling defeated, you can start to see yourself as a creator of your future. You begin to believe that your comeback is already in progress, even if you can't see it yet. This belief is the spark that ignites action. It's the reason people find the courage to stand up, try again, and refuse to let their past define them. You have that same spark inside you right now. It might feel small or hidden, but it's there, waiting for you to fan it into a flame. When you embrace the truth that your mind is powerful, changeable, and ready to grow, you give yourself the greatest gift, the gift of possibility. This gift is the foundation of your comeback. Hold on to it tightly. Let it fuel your every move, because the moment you decide that comebacks are possible is the moment you begin to create one. Deep inside you lies a strength that has carried you through every challenge life has thrown your way, even when you didn't realize it. That strength isn't something distant or out of reach. It's already part of who you are. Every moment you survived pain, fear, or doubt, you showed resilience, you showed courage. You survived when giving up seemed easier. Recognizing this inner strength changes everything because it shifts the conversation inside your mind. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? You start asking, how will I rise from this? This simple shift in focus connects you with a power you may have overlooked. It's not about pretending pain doesn't exist or ignoring your struggles. It's about acknowledging the hardship while standing tall anyway. When you connect with this strength, fear loses its grip and self-doubt begins to fade. You begin to realize that the very act of continuing, even when it's hard, is proof you are stronger than any setback. Strength isn't the absence of difficulty, it's the decision to move forward in spite of it. This truth is liberating. It frees you from the paralysis of perfection or the false promise of a smooth path. Life will challenge you, but those challenges do not define you. What defines you is your response, your refusal to be crushed by pain, your willingness to keep fighting, your commitment to become more than your setbacks. You have already proven this strength by surviving, but now it's time to harness it consciously. When you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, pause and remind yourself of this deep well of resilience. Let it fill you with calm courage. Let it remind you that you are capable of more than you think. This isn't just about grit, it's about wisdom. It's about honoring the battle scars as marks of growth, not shame. It's about believing that the future holds something better because you have the power to create it. The most powerful transformation begins when you choose to see yourself through the eyes of strength and possibility rather than fear and limitation. This perspective fuels determination and ignites action. It pushes you to rise earlier, try harder, and stay longer in the fight. When you truly own your inner strength, setbacks become stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. They are proof you are pushing boundaries, breaking molds, and expanding who you are. Your strength grows with every challenge you face head on. And it is this growing strength that will carry you forward when motivation feels low or the path feels unclear. Your comeback is not about returning to where you were. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be, stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever before. This is your power. This is your truth. The moment you decide to recognize it, you take the first real step toward rising and shining. Let that strength rise within you now. Let it be the foundation on which you rebuild, the fuel that drives your transformation and the light that guides your comeback. You have always had this strength. Now, it's time to own it. The way you see your setback shapes everything. It determines how you feel, how you act, and ultimately how you move forward. Perspective is more than just a mindset. It is a powerful tool that can either trap you or free you. When you look at a challenge as a dead end, your energy drains away. Fear and frustration grow louder, drowning out hope and courage. But when you shift your perspective, even slightly, you open the door to possibility. You begin to see setbacks not as final failures, but as lessons in disguise, opportunities to learn, adapt, and become stronger. This shift isn't about denying pain or pretending everything is fine. It's about choosing how to respond. It's about deciding that this moment, no matter how hard, will not define your future. Every time you reframe a setback as a challenge rather than a defeat, you change your brain's chemistry. You reduce stress hormones and increase chemicals that fuel motivation and resilience. This biological change makes it easier to act, to keep going, to take small steps towards your comeback. Perspective also influences how you speak to yourself. The words you use matter deeply. When your internal voice is kind, encouraging, and solution-focused, it propels you forward. When it's harsh, judgmental, and negative, it holds you back. The good news is you have the power to change this voice. You can choose thoughts that build you up instead of tearing you down. This is not a quick fix, but a daily practice. With every conscious effort to see challenges differently, your perspective shifts a little more. Over time, this new way of seeing becomes a habit, one that creates an unshakable foundation for your comeback. Imagine waking up and immediately viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth. Imagine feeling curiosity instead of fear, and determination instead of doubt. This is the power of perspective. It frees you from the victim mentality that so easily traps you in despair. It places you back in the driver's seat of your life. You become an active creator, not a passive sufferer. This change does not mean you won't feel pain or frustration. Those emotions are natural, but it means you refuse to be controlled by them. You learn to acknowledge the feelings, let them pass through, and keep moving forward. It means you stop asking, why me? And start asking, what now? This simple question opens the path ahead. It invites action, growth, and transformation. It invites you to rise. When your perspective shifts, your entire experience of the setback transforms. You stop seeing it as a wall and start seeing it as a door. You stop feeling broken and start feeling challenged. You stop being stuck and start moving. This mental shift is the gateway to your comeback. It strengthens your resilience, ignites your courage, and fuels your passion. And it begins the moment you decide to see your setback through new eyes. Right now, make the choice to change your view. Let this be the moment your perspective becomes your greatest ally, your most powerful weapon, and your strongest source of hope. This shift is yours to claim, and it will carry you higher than you ever thought possible. True strength grows in the space where you allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's easy to think that showing vulnerability means weakness, that opening up to your fears and pain will make you less capable. But the opposite is true. Vulnerability is courage in its rawest form. It's the willingness to face your deepest doubts, to acknowledge your wounds, and to stand tall even when the ground feels unstable beneath you. When you embrace vulnerability, you break free from the prison of pretending everything is fine. You give yourself permission to feel fully, without shame or judgment. This openness creates a powerful shift inside, a release of the tension that keeps you stuck. Vulnerability connects you to your authentic self, reminding you that being human means struggling, falling, and rising again. It's the bridge between pain and healing, fear and courage. When you stop hiding, you start healing. This is where true transformation begins. It's here you find the strength to face setbacks head on, because you are no longer afraid to be seen, to be real, and to be imperfect. Vulnerability also deepens your connection with others, creating a network of support that can lift you when your own strength feels depleted. Sharing your truth, even quietly in your mind, affirms your humanity and invites compassion. This connection fuels resilience and ignites hope. Being vulnerable is not about exposing weakness to the world. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about saying, this is where I am. This is what I feel, and I am still moving forward. The energy released in this honest acknowledgement propels you beyond fear and into action. It allows you to break free from the cycle of self-doubt and paralysis. Vulnerability also challenges the illusion that you must be perfect to succeed. Perfectionism feeds fear and keeps you from taking risks. But when you accept your vulnerabilities, you release the need for perfection and open the door to growth. You give yourself space to learn, to fail, and to try again without harsh judgment. This creates a safe environment inside your mind where comeback is possible. Each time you lean into vulnerability, you build emotional strength and courage. You prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort and uncertainty. This proof creates confidence, a quiet but powerful force that drives resilience. Courage and vulnerability are not opposites, they are partners. When you allow vulnerability, courage naturally follows. It takes courage to face the unknown, to risk failure, and to move forward without guarantees. But this courage is fueled by your willingness to be vulnerable first. It's a cycle that builds momentum, pushing you closer to the comeback you seek. The next time fear or shame try to hold you back, remind yourself that vulnerability is your ally. It is the key to unlocking the strength that has been waiting inside you all along. Embrace it, and you open the door to real growth, deep healing, and unstoppable transformation. Your comeback begins here, with the courage to be vulnerable and the strength to rise anyway. When the weight of failure presses down, the harshest voice you'll hear is often your own. Self-criticism can spiral into a storm that drowns hope, drains energy, and blocks the path forward. But what if the way you treat yourself right now is the single most important factor in your comeback? Self-compassion is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the foundation upon which resilience is built. It means treating yourself with the same kindness, patience, and understanding you would offer a close friend in pain. When you cultivate self-compassion, you create a safe space within yourself where healing can begin. Instead of fighting against your emotions or beating yourself up for setbacks, you acknowledge your struggles and respond with gentle encouragement. This shift in how you speak to yourself rewires your brain, reducing anxiety and depression, and boosting motivation. The science is clear. People who practice self-compassion recover faster from adversity because they lower their stress response and increase their emotional resilience. Imagine for a moment the difference between saying, "I failed again," "I'm not good enough," versus, "This is hard right now, but I'm doing my best and I will keep going." The second statement lights a spark of hope where the first snuffs it out. This spark is what fuels your ability to rise after a fall. Self-compassion also guards against burnout. When you treat yourself harshly, you drain your emotional reserves. You convince yourself that you must be perfect, strong, and relentless, an impossible standard that leads to exhaustion. But with self-compassion, you accept your humanity, including your limits. This acceptance renews your strength and keeps you moving forward sustainably. Practicing self-compassion doesn't mean lowering your standards or giving up on growth. It means understanding that growth comes through kindness as much as effort. It means forgiving yourself for mistakes and learning from them without shame. This mindset transforms setbacks into feedback, not failure. The language of self-compassion is simple but powerful. I am enough. I am worthy of care. My setbacks do not define me. When you repeat these truths, you rewrite the narrative inside your mind. This narrative becomes a source of strength, motivation, and courage. You begin to act from a place of self-love rather than fear or self-hate. This change creates a ripple effect, improving your relationships, your decision-making, and your resilience. The path to your comeback is not just about pushing harder. It's about being gentle with yourself while pushing forward. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Self-compassion fills that cup and keeps it full. It nourishes your spirit, lifts your mood, and builds your inner fortress. No matter how many times you stumble with self-compassion, you will find the strength to stand again. So start now. Speak kindly to yourself. Celebrate small victories. Comfort yourself in moments of pain. Know that this kindness is not weakness. It is the bravest act you can offer yourself. It is the foundation of every comeback worth fighting for. Embrace it fully and watch as your ability to rise grows beyond what you thought possible. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. No matter how strong your mindset, how deep your resilience, or how kind your self-talk, transformation cannot happen without movement. Action turns possibility into reality. It's the fuel that propels you forward when everything inside urges you to stay still, to give up, or to hide. Taking action in the face of setbacks requires courage. The courage to begin again, to try something different, to risk failure once more. This courage isn't something you either have or don't. It's a muscle you build with every small step forward. You don't need a grand plan or perfect timing to start. What matters is that you move, even if the steps are tiny. Each action you take creates momentum. Momentum breaks the cycle of doubt and fear. It replaces helplessness with hope. It rewires your brain to expect progress instead of stagnation. This is the essence of turning setbacks into comebacks, choosing to act, no matter how uncertain the outcome. The fear of failing again can be paralyzing, but action quiets that fear. Action shifts your focus from what might go wrong to what you can control right now. It empowers you to reclaim your story. When you act, you send a message to your mind and body that you refuse to be defined by your setbacks. You show up for yourself and your dreams. This simple yet profound choice ignites confidence and resilience. Waiting for the perfect moment is waiting for a moment that may never come. Perfectionism and procrastination are the enemy of progress. Action doesn't demand perfection, it demands commitment. Commitment to your growth, your goals, and your future. It's about showing up day after day, doing what you can, and trusting the process even when results aren't immediate. When action becomes a habit, it creates a foundation of discipline and belief in your ability to overcome. The compound effect of consistent action transforms your mindset and your reality. You start to see setbacks as temporary obstacles instead of permanent barriers. You begin to feel empowered, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is building the path to your comeback. Remember, action doesn't have to be monumental to be powerful. Sometimes the most significant change begins with a simple decision to get up, to try again, to keep going. These choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but they accumulate into unstoppable forward motion. This motion builds your courage, sharpens your focus, and deepens your commitment. It turns dreams into goals and goals into achievements. Your comeback depends on this truth. Action is the antidote to despair. It is the declaration that you will not be defeated by what happened before. It is the energy that turns pain into power, fear into fuel, and setbacks into stepping stones. So start now. Take one step, however small. Let that step lead to another. Build momentum. Because the journey of a comeback is not a giant leap, but a series of determined steps forward. Keep moving, keep fighting, keep believing. Your comeback is waiting on the other side of action. Every setback you face reveals a hidden truth. Your capacity for growth is limitless when you choose to learn from failure instead of fearing it. Failure is not the enemy. It's a necessary teacher. When you shift your relationship with failure, you unlock a powerful tool for transformation. Instead of seeing failure as proof you are incapable, see it as feedback, a guide pointing you toward what needs adjustment, what skills require sharpening, and which paths need rethinking. This mindset rewires your brain to embrace challenges and persist where others quit. The fear of failure often paralyzes because it feels like final judgment, but failure is not final. It is a process, a step on the path to mastery. When you accept failure as part of growth, you release the pressure of perfection and open the door to experimentation and courage. This freedom allows you to take risks that push your limits and expand your potential. Each failure brings invaluable information. What works, what doesn't, and where you can improve. This knowledge, when embraced, fuels smarter decisions and greater resilience. The more you fail forward, the more you accumulate wisdom, grit, and tenacity. Failure also builds humility and patience, qualities that deepen your strength and prepare you for long-term success. It reminds you that progress is rarely linear. Setbacks, stumbles, and moments of doubt are all part of the journey, not signs of defeat. When you learn to see failure as an ally, you no longer fear taking action. You begin to welcome challenges as opportunities to test your limits and prove your courage. This shift transforms anxiety into excitement, the excitement of growth, learning, and transformation. You stop avoiding risks and start embracing them because you know that each attempt, regardless of outcome, moves you closer to your goal. This mindset changes the way you view yourself, too. You become someone who is not defined by success or failure, but by relentless effort and resilience. You become a warrior of growth, fueled by curiosity and courage. The power of learning from failure is magnified by reflection. Take time to examine what went wrong and what you can change next time. This honest, constructive reflection turns failure into a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block. It transforms pain into progress and disappointment into determination. Remember, every successful person has faced failure. What sets them apart is not that they never fell, but that they refused to stay down. They rose, analyzed, adjusted, and moved forward with renewed strength. Your comeback depends on this same refusal, to let failure define you or hold you back. Instead, use failure as a compass to guide your comeback journey. The lessons hidden in every setback are gifts. Accept them, learn from them. Let them fuel your fire. When you do, failure becomes not a wall but a doorway, one that leads you to greater wisdom, power, and ultimate victory. Embrace failure as your fiercest teacher and watch how it transforms your setbacks into unstoppable comebacks. Your mindset is the soil in which your comeback either takes root or withers away. It is the unseen force that shapes how you interpret every experience, every challenge, and every failure. When your mindset is fixed, believing that your abilities and potential are limited, you trap yourself in a cage of doubt and fear. This fixed mindset convinces you that setbacks are permanent marks of inadequacy, that you are defined by your failures. But there is another way, a growth mindset, that sees setbacks not as evidence of failure, but as invitations to expand, learn, and evolve. This mindset transforms obstacles into opportunities. It rewires your brain to seek solutions instead of dwelling on problems. When you cultivate a growth mindset, you choose to believe that your talents and strengths can be developed through effort, strategy, and persistence. This belief fuels resilience and propels you toward action, even when the road is tough. Your brain becomes a powerhouse for change rather than a prison of limitation. The power of mindset is not just theory. It is rooted in your brain's incredible ability to adapt and grow. Neuroplasticity means your thoughts and beliefs literally shape the structure of your brain. When you embrace a growth mindset, you strengthen neural pathways connected to optimism, creativity, and problem solving. You physically build a stronger foundation for overcoming adversity. A growth mindset also deepens your emotional resilience. It allows you to face criticism without crumbling, to learn from failure without losing confidence, and to persist in the face of uncertainty. It invites curiosity and experimentation, which are essential for transformation. Instead of fearing the unknown, you begin to see it as a canvas for your potential. The words you say to yourself matter deeply here. Replacing "I can't" with "I can learn" changes your internal dialogue and rewires your brain for success. This shift turns fear into fuel and doubt into determination. A growth mindset also shifts your relationship with effort. Rather than seeing effort as a sign of weakness or lack of talent, you begin to see it as the path to mastery and success. You understand that every small step forward, every moment of persistence is building your comeback. This mindset frees you from the trap of needing immediate results. It reminds you that progress is a journey, not a sprint. It cultivates patience and self-compassion alongside ambition and drive. When setbacks arise, and they will, you will be prepared. Your mindset will not let you crumble. Instead, it will push you to ask, what can I learn? How can I grow from this? This question opens the door to continuous improvement and unstoppable momentum. Your comeback is not about avoiding failure or setbacks. It's about cultivating the mindset that transforms those challenges into stepping stones. This mindset is your greatest ally, your most powerful tool. Nourish it daily, protect it fiercely, and watch as it reshapes your life. When you believe in growth, you believe in yourself, and that belief changes everything. Discipline is the quiet force that turns your intentions into reality. It is the bridge between desire and achievement, the daily commitment to push through resistance and keep moving forward. When setbacks threaten to derail your progress, discipline holds you steady. It is not about harsh self-control or punishment. It is about creating a structure that supports your goals, even when motivation fades or fear creeps in. Discipline means showing up for yourself consistently, honoring your dreams by taking deliberate action every day. It is the foundation of momentum, built one choice at a time. This force keeps you grounded in your purpose when distractions and doubts arise. Without discipline, the weight of obstacles can feel overwhelming, tempting you to give up. But with discipline, you develop the resilience to keep going no matter how hard the journey becomes. Discipline is also about mastering your habits, the invisible architecture of your daily life. Small habits repeated consistently compound into extraordinary results over time. Choosing to wake up early, to practice focus, to prioritize growth, and to rest when needed are all acts of discipline that fuel your comeback. These daily decisions shape your mindset, your energy, and your capacity to overcome challenges. It is not about perfection, but persistence, the willingness to recommit each day, even after failure or setbacks. Discipline creates clarity amid chaos. It sharpens your focus and reduces overwhelm by breaking your comeback into manageable steps. When you commit to discipline, you simplify the path ahead, replacing fear with confidence that progress is possible. This structure empowers you to withstand temptation and distraction, to avoid shortcuts that undermine your growth. It helps you resist the voice that says, "Not today, I'll try later," and replaces it with, "I choose to move forward now." The energy discipline generates is both practical and emotional. It builds your confidence because every small victory proves you are capable. It fuels your motivation by showing you that your goals are within reach. And it strengthens your willpower, creating a cycle of success that propels you forward. Discipline is not about sacrifice without reward. It is about investing in yourself and your future, knowing that the discomfort you endure today is the foundation of your triumph tomorrow. It allows you to weather setbacks with grace because you have built habits and structures that support your recovery and growth. Discipline transforms the chaos of setbacks into a steady rhythm of action and growth. It turns dreams from fleeting wishes into attainable realities. When you cultivate discipline, you reclaim control over your journey. You choose persistence over surrender. You choose progress over paralysis. The comeback you seek is powered by this force, the daily determined decision to keep moving, keep growing, and keep believing. Let discipline be your anchor in storms and your compass in uncertainty. With discipline, you are unstoppable. Your comeback begins with your commitment to show up every single day, no matter what. Every step toward your comeback is fueled not just by willpower, but by the power of belief. Belief in yourself, your purpose, and your ability to rise again. Belief is the invisible force that shapes your reality before action even begins. It's the lens through which you view your potential and possibilities. Without strong belief, even the clearest goals and boldest plans can falter under pressure. When you believe deeply in your ability to overcome, your mind aligns with your purpose, creating an unstoppable drive. This belief is not blind optimism, it is rooted in truth. The truth that you have endured hardship before and emerged stronger. It is the unwavering conviction that setbacks are temporary, that you are capable of growth, and that your efforts will lead to transformation. This belief shapes your internal dialogue. It replaces doubt with courage, fear with confidence, and hesitation with decisive action. It becomes the anchor that holds you steady when storms of uncertainty rage. Belief also rewires your brain for success. When you consistently tell yourself you are capable and deserving, your neural pathways strengthen connections linked to resilience, motivation, and focus. This creates a positive feedback loop where belief generates action, and action reinforces belief. Every small victory, every challenge faced head-on strengthens this cycle, making your comeback inevitable. Doubt will always arise, and fear will attempt to shake your faith. But belief is the shield that protects your dreams from being shattered by negativity, both external and internal. It silences the voices that tell you to quit and pushes you to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. Belief also fuels your vision. It allows you to see beyond present setbacks to the life you desire. This vision becomes a compass, guiding your decisions and actions with clarity and purpose. When belief is strong, your vision feels vivid and attainable, not distant or impossible. The power of belief is magnified by repetition. Affirm your worth and your capability daily. Remind yourself that your comeback is not just possible, but certain because of your commitment and strength. This daily practice fortifies your mindset and sharpens your focus, making it easier to navigate obstacles. Belief transforms challenges from roadblocks into opportunities to prove your strength. It helps you embrace discomfort as the price of progress and setbacks as lessons that propel you forward. This mindset turns adversity into fuel, lighting a fire inside that nothing can extinguish. Your comeback depends on this unshakable belief that no matter how many times you fall, you have the power to rise again. When belief is your foundation, failure loses its grip, fear loses its power, and setbacks become the soil where your greatest growth takes root. Hold this belief close. Let it guide your every step. Because when you truly believe in yourself and your comeback, you become unstoppable. Your transformation is not just a possibility, it is a certainty waiting to unfold. The energy you bring to your comeback journey is not just physical, it is deeply emotional and mental. Your emotions are the compass guiding your actions and decisions. When setbacks come, the emotional storm can feel overwhelming. Frustration, doubt, fear, even despair. But learning to manage your emotions is a critical skill that transforms obstacles into opportunities. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing feelings or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging your emotions without letting them control you. When you face pain or disappointment, allow yourself to feel it fully, but do not let it define your path forward. This balance creates space for clarity and calm, where solutions and growth begin. Emotions like anger or sadness hold energy, and when channeled correctly, this energy becomes a powerful force for change. Instead of reacting impulsively or withdrawing, use your feelings as signals, indicators of what needs attention or adjustment. Emotional awareness strengthens your resilience because it prevents overwhelm from turning into paralysis. It empowers you to respond thoughtfully rather than react blindly. This skill is essential for maintaining momentum through setbacks. Practicing emotional regulation also builds your inner strength. When you recognize and understand your feelings, you reclaim control over your experience. You become the observer of your emotions, not their victim. This shift creates emotional freedom and deepens your capacity to face challenges with courage and composure. Another layer of emotional mastery is self-compassion. Often the harshest critic we face is ourselves. When setbacks occur, self-criticism can intensify feelings of failure and shame, sabotaging progress. Instead, self-compassion invites you to treat yourself with kindness and understanding. It recognizes that struggle is part of the human experience and that growth comes through patience and gentle persistence. This compassionate approach heals wounds faster and fuels motivation more sustainably than judgment ever could. Emotional mastery is also about creating healthy rituals that support your well-being. Mindfulness practices, deep breathing, or simply taking moments of pause help you reset your emotional state and prevent burnout. These habits strengthen your ability to stay centered amid chaos, keeping your mind clear and your heart open. When emotions are balanced and managed, your energy flows with purpose rather than friction. This flow propels you forward, turning setbacks into catalysts for growth. Your emotional strength becomes a fortress protecting your vision and your resolve. It turns fear into focus and anxiety into action. Remember, your emotions are not obstacles. They are allies when understood and harnessed wisely. Mastering your emotional world equips you with the courage to rise repeatedly, the clarity to navigate challenges, and the compassion to honor your journey. This mastery transforms the comeback from a struggle into a powerful process of transformation. Let your emotions guide you with strength and wisdom. In this balance lies the heart of your comeback, the steady, unstoppable rise from setback to victory. Your environment, both physical and mental, plays a crucial role in shaping your comeback. The people you surround yourself with, the spaces you inhabit, and the influences you allow into your life either strengthen your resolve or drain your energy. It's not enough to cultivate inner strength alone. Your external world must support your transformation. Negative environments breed doubt and complacency, while positive ones ignite motivation and action. Choosing who and what you engage with is a powerful act of self-respect and strategy. When setbacks hit, the wrong environment can amplify fear, reinforce limiting beliefs, and trap you in cycles of negativity. Toxic relationships, distracting habits, or chaotic spaces sap your energy and cloud your focus. But you intentionally create a supportive environment. You build a fortress around your dreams. Surround yourself with people who believe in growth, who encourage your progress, and who challenge you to be better. These allies offer not just encouragement, but honest feedback and accountability, the lifeblood of true transformation. Your environment also includes the information and media you consume. Feeding your mind with empowering, solution-focused content creates a fertile ground for inspiration and learning. Conversely, constant exposure to negativity or defeatism undermines your confidence and stalls your momentum. Your physical space matters too. A cluttered or chaotic environment reflects and fuels a cluttered mind. Creating order, beauty, and intentionality in your surroundings strengthens your mental clarity and emotional balance. When your environment aligns with your goals, it becomes a daily reminder of your commitment. This alignment reduces resistance and makes the path forward clearer and more inviting. Building this supportive environment requires conscious effort. It means setting boundaries, saying no to what no longer serves you, even when it's uncomfortable. It means seeking out new connections and resources that elevate you. It means crafting rituals and spaces that nurture your well-being and sharpen your focus. This process is an act of empowerment, a declaration that you will no longer accept conditions that limit your potential. Remember, your comeback is not a solo journey. It is a collaboration between your inner power and the environment you create around yourself. When these two forces work in harmony, your progress accelerates, your resilience deepens, and your vision becomes unstoppable. You become a magnet for opportunity and growth. This synergy fuels your momentum and sustains your courage through every obstacle. The path to transformation is paved with intentional choices about where and with whom you invest your time and energy. Each choice shapes your reality and your comeback story. Guard your environment fiercely because it either fuels your rise or feeds your fall. Commit to cultivating an external world that reflects your highest vision and deepest commitment to growth. In this space, setbacks lose their grip and your comeback flourishes. When your environment supports your transformation, you harness the full power of your potential. You become unstoppable. Your mindset is the battlefield where comebacks are won or lost. It shapes how you perceive every challenge, every failure, and every moment of doubt. When your mindset is rooted in limitation, setbacks become insurmountable walls and fear becomes a cage. But when you cultivate a growth mindset, setbacks transform into stepping stones and fear becomes fuel. This shift is not a simple change in thinking. It is a profound rewiring of your beliefs about yourself and your potential. A growth mindset embraces struggle as part of progress. It understands that abilities are not fixed but can be developed through effort and learning. This perspective frees you from the paralysis of perfectionism and opens you to experimentation, failure, and improvement. It encourages curiosity instead of judgment and resilience instead of surrender. When setbacks occur, a growth mindset whispers, "This is temporary. I can learn. I will grow." This inner dialogue creates a powerful emotional state, hope, that propels you forward rather than holding you back. Hope is the emotional fuel that keeps your spirit alive when the path seems dark. Your mindset also determines how you handle feedback and criticism. A fixed mindset sees criticism as a threat, reinforcing feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. A growth mindset views feedback as a gift, essential information that guides your next step. This openness to learning accelerates your comeback by turning every obstacle into a lesson. The process of rewiring your mindset requires consistent effort. It begins by becoming aware of limiting thoughts and consciously challenging them. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning how." Replace "I failed" with "I'm growing stronger." This conscious language shift changes your brain chemistry, reinforcing new neural pathways linked to resilience and optimism. Surrounding yourself with growth-oriented messages and environments further solidifies this mindset. The stories you tell yourself daily become the foundation of your confidence and courage. A strong growth mindset dissolves fear of failure because failure is no longer a reflection of your worth, but a necessary part of mastery. It transforms setbacks into data, informing your next move instead of stopping you cold. This mental framework empowers you to take risks, embrace uncertainty, and persist longer than you ever thought possible. Remember, your mindset is not a fixed trait. It is a skill you can cultivate, strengthen, and rely on as your most powerful tool in transformation. This skill shapes not just what you achieve, but who you become through the process. It turns the painful process of setback into the fertile ground for your comeback. When your mindset is aligned with growth, every step forward, no matter how small, builds unstoppable momentum. Your comeback is the natural outcome of this mindset, a powerful reflection of your belief in yourself and your commitment to rise again. Harness the power of your mindset. Choose growth. Choose hope. Choose the path that leads you beyond setbacks to the success and transformation you deserve. Discipline is the silent engine driving every comeback. It is the bridge between your dreams and reality, the force that turns intention into consistent action. Without discipline, motivation flickers and fades. With it, even the smallest efforts compound into unstoppable progress. Discipline is not about rigid control or punishment. It is about honoring your commitment to yourself and your future. It means showing up even when you don't feel like it, pushing through discomfort, and choosing long-term growth over short-term ease. This quality is often misunderstood as a harsh taskmaster, but it is truly a form of self-respect and love. When you practice discipline, you reclaim power over your choices. You decide who you want to become rather than reacting to circumstances or impulses. This empowerment transforms setbacks from roadblocks into signals to double down, not give up. Discipline anchors you when emotions waver and obstacles loom large. It creates structure and rhythm in your daily life that keeps your comeback on track. Each small act of discipline, waking up early, making a healthy choice, practicing your craft, builds momentum. This momentum feels like an invisible force pulling you closer to your goals, especially when progress seems slow or invisible. The brain responds to discipline by strengthening habits. When actions become habits, they require less willpower to sustain, freeing your energy for challenges and growth. This is why discipline is more than just self-control, it is habit cultivation. Through disciplined habits, you shape an identity aligned with your comeback vision. A person who perseveres, learns, and rises continuously. Discipline also teaches patience. It reminds you that transformation takes time and that success is rarely instant. This patience prevents burnout and frustration by keeping your focus on progress rather than perfection. When setbacks tempt you to quit, discipline urges you to take one more step, try one more time, and believe one more day. It is the quiet refusal to surrender to defeat. To cultivate discipline, start with small, consistent actions. Break your goals into manageable tasks and commit to completing them daily. Celebrate consistency over intensity. Over time, these small victories build unshakable confidence and resilience. Discipline thrives on clarity. When your purpose is clear and your goals are meaningful, it becomes easier to stay disciplined. This clarity aligns your actions with your deepest desires, making discipline a natural extension of your commitment. Remember, discipline is a muscle. It grows stronger with use and withers when ignored. Invest in this muscle daily. It will carry you through every challenge and setback, making your comeback inevitable. Your discipline is the foundation upon which transformation is built. It turns dreams into reality and setbacks into powerful setups. Embrace discipline not as a burden, but as the greatest gift you can give yourself on the journey to rise and shine. It is the steady heartbeat of your comeback story, unwavering and unstoppable. Hope is the quiet force that breathes life into your comeback. It is the light that flickers within when everything around you feels dark and uncertain. Hope is not blind optimism or wishful thinking. It is a deliberate choice to believe in possibility despite present difficulties. This choice fuels courage, resilience, and unwavering determination. Without hope, setbacks can feel like the end of the road, a confirmation of failure. But with hope, every obstacle becomes a challenge to overcome, every delay a moment to prepare for greater strength. Hope anchors your spirit even when fear tries to pull you under. It gives you permission to dream again, to envision a future that defies your current reality. This vision is essential because the brain responds to clear, positive images of the future with increased motivation and energy. When you hold hope firmly, your mind starts to seek solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Hope rewires your thinking, turning despair into possibility and stagnation into movement. It keeps your emotional fire burning no matter how cold the winds of doubt become. Cultivating hope means nurturing your belief in your own potential and in the power of change. It means reminding yourself daily that setbacks are temporary, not permanent sentences. This mindset shift transforms your entire approach to struggle, framing it as a necessary passage on the road to success rather than a punishment. Hope also fosters patience. It acknowledges that growth and healing take time and that progress often happens in invisible increments. This patience prevents frustration from sabotaging your efforts and helps you maintain steady momentum. Hope is contagious. It radiates from you and touches others, creating a network of support and encouragement. When you embody hope, you become a beacon for those around you, inspiring collective strength and shared determination. To strengthen hope, focus on small wins and signs of progress, however subtle. Celebrate these moments to remind your mind that change is real and attainable. Practice gratitude for what remains strong within you, your courage, your values, your capacity to learn and adapt. Surround yourself with hopeful messages and environments that uplift and energize your spirit. Remember, hope is a muscle that grows stronger with exercise. When setbacks shake your confidence, lean into hope rather than fear. Let it be the foundation upon which you build every new step forward. Without hope, action lacks meaning. With hope, every effort becomes a declaration of your belief in yourself and your future. It transforms your comeback from a struggle into a powerful journey of transformation and triumph. Hold hope close. Let it guide you through the darkest nights and the toughest battles. It is the unwavering light that will lead you to rise and shine beyond any setback. Your comeback begins with hope, the fierce, quiet force inside you waiting to be unleashed.